Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy and I help people with their breakups. And today we have a breakup story about a guy that was married for 25 years and is getting a divorce. And basically, his story is he needed proof. He had a pretty good feeling she was cheating. He had caught her cheating before, or loosely caught her cheating before. And finally, this time he had the proof he needed and it was done. And he kind of had the wool over his eyes for a little bit. And sometimes you need that proof, with all due respect. I mean, this is a really hard thing to deal with because I don't like to recommend that you're a paparazzi or you're checking text messages, because once you get to that point, you already don't trust the individual. And in my line of relationships that I've been in, and some girlfriends in the past, I've never been a really jealous person. So, and I've even been in situations with girlfriends where they get upset that I don't get jealous enough. But I had one situation where I was with a girlfriend for quite a long time, knew her quite well, and I noticed some changes in her personality over the last month and some weird things going on with the phone. And one time a text message came in at like 10:30 at night, and I never checked her phone. I just had this intuition, like, this is weird, 10:30 at night on a work night. Never gets messages. I look, and it's some guy from her work asking what she's up to. Did she want to meet? And in my head, I was like, oh, this guy just likes her. Some guy she works with. I didn't even think she was cheating. But now looking back, it was quite possible. It was quite possible. Just in my head, I never said anything about that. But after we broke up, I always had a feeling. But I digress. My point is, what I would like to say is, if you're checking text messages regularly and you're not finding anything after a month or 2 months, like you're doing it all the time, then that's a problem. That's a problem you have with yourself. You don't have any proof. You're just overreacting and being jealous. But if you find something in those 2 weeks or a month, then you should act on it. Okay? Especially this kind of proof that this guy got. Okay, let's see here. Hello, Coach. Great work. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that. Thanks for all your stories and responses. I try. I recently broke up with my wife of 25 years. That's right, 25 years? That's a fucking long time, man. 25 years. I mean, good for you to be in a relationship for 25 years. To give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself. I caught her cheating for the second time, and each time I really couldn't prove it. Okay, but the first time, my daughter let me know that a neighbor was coming over quite a bit. Sorry to laugh. Sometimes you do have to laugh at this stuff a little bit. I smile a lot on the show, or the channels and the views, and you gotta laugh at it sometimes. It's not personal, because, I mean, neighbor was coming over quite a bit late at night while I was on business trips. It almost just sounds unreal, right? But it probably happens all the time. She, of course, denied it. Then I guess it fizzled out, and like I said, I never had proof. She'd always turn the tables on me and bring up the fact that I still chewed tobacco when I told her I quit. Okay, so this is why you need to write your story out, man. Yeah, she's turning the tables. She's diverting the attention of cheating, which is like a problem that's fucking up here, and the fact that you chew tobacco and have a bad, dirty habit, which is bad, that you're lying about that, and someone could break up over that, but I'd say cheating takes paramount over that. If she's throwing that in your face, it's like, that's not even the same topic. This was true, but I admitted it. So you admitted that you had lied to her about chewing tobacco, okay? It was her way of feeling better about the lie, I guess. It absolutely was her fucking way. It was her way of diverting attention away from, what she was doing. Now, over the last year, I've had my suspicions about her and her boss. Dun dun. Finally, about 3 weeks, she left her phone out, and of course I read some recent messages that revealed the real deal. They had a meeting place and time which had nothing to do with work. I confronted her, she denied it, and then I booted her out of the house. She then went to the bank and cleaned out our savings account, about $25K to be exact. Well, she just admitted right there that she was wrong if she had that much paranoia. It's been 2.5 weeks and I haven't heard from her. This just tells me my suspicions were correct. We have 2 kids. One's still in school at 17 and the other is 22 and graduated from college. Well, at least your kids are grown. You did the right thing in that case. I mean, that's a solid right there. and I'm assuming your kids know that she was the one to cheat, so they're on your side. I'm guessing. I don't know the true story. It's a weight off my shoulders. Okay, no, it says I'm hurting but also feeling relieved. Well, that's a big statement, man. It's a weight off my shoulders. That's another big statement. That's great. I'm 100% on board for a divorce. Great. You should be. I want a chance at keeping the house, and I'm anticipating her bad-mouthing me to the kids, but so far I haven't heard from her. How should I prepare for this? Okay. I don't know if you need to anticipate the bad-mouthing of you. I mean, you're expecting something negative. If she was guilty, play it day by day of when she comes back, and don't just assume she's going to say something bad, because now you're setting yourself up that she might just say something lighthearted that can go any way, and you're going to say, oh, that's just being negative. But don't assume that she's going to badmouth you to the kids. And the fact that you haven't heard from her does tell me that she's guilty. And how should you prepare this? Obviously, if you're 100% on board, to get a lawyer, interview 3, ask for their advice. If you have a couple buddies that have been through divorces in the area, ask them for a lawyer that they've used. You're 100% on board for a divorce. Realize that after 25 years, you're going to have weak times, weak moments. Make sure you're getting lots of exercise, you're changing your routine, and you're doing the right thing, as simple as that sounds. Stick to it. You don't deserve that. Sounds like you're a good guy by all accounts. And, it's going to take a little while to get over this. Don't take it personal. A lot of women cheat with their bosses. That doesn't make you feel better, but I'm just telling you, this isn't like a, oh my God, can't believe it. You're going to come out of this all right, man. And it sounds like you haven't given me a lot of details about your kids and everything, but it sounds like you have a pretty good relationship with them. If your daughter was going to tell you that the neighbor was coming over quite a bit. So, I mean, and also this isn't just one case. This is stacked, right? So if you get in a weak moment where you're like, oh, maybe I should reach out to her. I don't think so. In this case. You're 100% on board. You're feeling relieved, a weight off your shoulders. Stick with that feeling and stick to this. And how should you prepare for this? The lawyer's the number one thing. Be honest with your kids at 17 and 22 years old about what's going on. Don't badmouth her. You mentioned she's going to badmouth you. Do not badmouth her. That's still their mother. Try to stay neutral as possible and honest as possible with them at their age. And take it day by day. I tell people this all the time. Take it day by day. You're seeking out solutions. You're seeking out advice. Be wary of friends and family because you've been together 25 years. So if someone's giving you really some negative feedback on what's going on, like if your mother really liked her or your sister really liked her and is saying, I can't believe you're not going to give her another chance. They're not in that relationship. So if you get like an ill feeling from some advice someone's giving you, it's making you feel worse, don't go back to them again. Writing this out, you can talk to me through my website. I do live coaching. You can seek someone else out. You can do counseling. Or if you have a friend or a family member that you go, oh, this guy's we're on the same page. He gives really good advice. Just stick with that one person. I hope that helps you.